Hello and welcome to the program from the State Assemblies. Nigerians are still in the euphoria of celebration over 25 years of uninterrupted democracy. As a backbone of democratic rule, the legislature joins in this moment of joy. So, this program shall bring to you how State Assemblies fared in the last 1 year under the current dispensation. This week we feature Jigawa State Assembly in northwestern Nigeria. Please stay tuned and enjoy.
Thank you very much. Like you rightly pointed out, we have a big catch. The big catch is the Speaker of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, Honorable Haruna Aliyu Dangyatun. Haruna Aliyu Dangyatun has been the Speaker of Jigawa Assembly for more than 1 year now. So a lot of issues, motions, resolutions, and bills have been passed that have impacted on the people of Jigawa State. So we have him here to shed more light on those achievements by the State Assembly within the last 1 year. Honorable, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Can you go back to last 365 days and tell us how has Jigawa State Assembly fared in the last 1 year?
As you have asked, actually, we achieved a lot. First of all, we have fulfilled our constitutional requirement. That is 181 sittings. That's the constitutional requirement. Any assembly that not fulfill that, the assembly, if anybody took the assembly to court or anybody write a complaint against that, it stands to be dissolved. But luckily enough, we sat almost over 181 days. I think we sat 185 sittings in the year under review. This is a great achievement. That's the reason why I even do a press conference to tell the world and even the residents of Jigawa State that this is the work of your representative, the State House of Assembly in Jigawa. After that, we have passed not less than 19 bills into law. We passed 27 resolutions to the government, and we still have 2 bills that were scaled first and second reading. It's now in the committee. Maybe when we resume the second session, we'll continue with the bills.
Can you highlight some of those landmark motions and bills passed by the Assembly?
I have some, passed supplementary appropriation law. When the state government, when this new administration comes into being, the governor sent a supplementary bill to the houses of assembly, which we scrutinized. We do the normal procedure, first and second reading. We sent it to the appropriation committee. The appropriation committee called the ministry concerned, which is first of its kind in the history of Jigawa Assembly. At times, we just, when the executive bring the bill, the supplementary reading, we just passed it first and second, maybe in the same day.
Yeah.
But during my time, we have to follow all the legislative procedure. We send it to committee. The committee contacted all the ministry concerned, scrutinized, then we passed that one. Then the second one is State Economic Empowerment and Youth Employment Agency. When this administration comes in under Malam Umar Namadi, he has a zeal of helping youth, give them empowerment and employ them. So he created an agency of youth empowerment and employment agency. So when he created, he sent the bill to us. We do all the legislative procedure, public hearing, and so on and so forth. And we passed that one also. Then we have Bureau of Statistics. Initially, that bureau, it has executive secretary. Its power is limited. It's under a commissioner, cannot, anything they want to do, they have to send it through. Commissioner cannot go directly and work with the governor or any of the agency. But when we come, I even went to one program in Kano conducted by the National Bureau of Statistics with the appeal that all the state assemblies should please amend their laws and make sure that the in charge would be the head of, the name of the head should be changed to Statistician General, not Executive Secretary, which we did and passed it law so that the statistician will have his power and communicate directly to the governor and do the needful. We passed that one. Then there is Economic Planning Board. This Economic Planning Board is a board that oversees the economic, most of the economic activities of the government. We also amend the law for it to suit the executive governor, the administration, which we passed it. Then we have House of Assembly Service Commission law. In our House of Assembly Service Commission, we don't have some of the department. We don't have the members are two of them are part-time. Then two are full-time. Then with one chairman. When I come in, I see this is necessary to amend this law. We made all the members to be permanent members. We would select each central zone with the chairman. So we passed that one into law. Then also, when we come in, we revised the budget of the local government, which we also passed it. Then we passed the state appropriation law. After that one, at the end of the December, we passed that one for 2023. Though it's the second one, we did two supplementary. One for the past administration, the ongoing administration. Then when this administration comes in, we did another appropriation law. Then I think because of time, I will not mention all, but I will mention most of the importance, though they are all important. Some that, like, we passed the Information and Communication Technology Agency. We passed it to Polytechnic. That if you know Informatic Institute, Kazauri, we changed the institute to Information and Communication Technology Polytechnic. We passed that law because we feel that this institution is important, and most of these computer scientists in Nigeria are product of that institute because it has affiliation with the Informatic Institute, Singapore. So we feel like when we passed it from Montechnic to Polytechnic, it will have more benefit and it will produce, it will cite or mount more courses for our populace who are indigent to be benefit of it. Then we have Primary Healthcare Development Agency Amendment Law, PHC. So that Primary Healthcare Development Agency, initially they have all the salary and everything goes to local government. But we feel that this agency is under state government, has no control because they are not the one that paying, the state government is not paying the salary, but has no control to give discipline and transfer. But we don't want to much political involvement, like if these staffs, health staff at primary health care, they are being supervised by the local government, we feel it's not okay. Then the government decided to send for the amendment so that the government would take some percentage of the salary. Then I think government take 40% and left local government.
State government.
State government take 40% and local government take 60%, which will give state government to give them discipline and also transfer this person from local government A to local government B. Because if you do, like most of the urban local government, you see it's chopped up with staff. And while the rural local government, there is no staff.
So, Honorable, let to cut you short. Most of these bills you have mentioned passed by the House is like they are executive bills.
Yes.
And we know the peculiarity of Jigawa State in terms of issues of education what do you call it, the out of school children,
Yes.
issue of environmental challenges, issue of farmers' headers clashes. Are there any bill that or motion moved by the House towards addressing some of these peculiar challenges to Jigawa State?
Yes.
Raised from the members, not from the executive.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We have some bills like this HIV, that is test before marriage.
Yes.
It's one of the bills that initiated by a member and passed into law. And also we have another one that we want to amend this one because the one we passed, we just concentrate on only HIV.
Okay.
But and HIV and pregnancy.
Yeah.
While this one would also, we are trying to include test of sickle patient and other genotype and hepatitis and so on and so forth. We intend to do that. It's also on the process, on the pipeline. And there are also senior secondary school education board. It's also members' bill, initiated by a member, but we also passed it. And though state government has interest on that, which also write to us, but we just merge it with the member bill and produce one bill which we passed it, senior secondary school education law. And we have, most of the members bill has to undergo so many processes.
Yes.
You have to get resource person or professional consultant, to even guide the member on how it is going to be. And some, it involves even finances. Yes. So at times we have financial constraint, but with all that, we are making possible effort to make sure that when the member brought up with the bill, we try to sponsor him.
The issue of hardest farmers class is rearing its ugly head recently.
Yes.
What is the House doing? Looking at the fact that the issue is not for state government, but are you joining hand to bring a law that would stop that incident? Or?
Yes, there are laws. Already there are laws. It's just like...
I'm sure there's an agency.
Yes, there's farmers and... Yes, we are trying to improve on the laws. There's farmers and headers vote, which is saddled with all that responsibility. But we are trying to make sure that we gave the board, that board, more more legal backing so that it works. Because most of the laws are even gathered like that grazing reserves is there. There is law already. Only that people are not adamant or are not following the right step to see that things goes well. So,
in the course of your discussion, you mentioned that some of the laws requires issue of financial.
Yes.
Is Jigawa State Assembly not financially independent?
Actually, we are somehow, because we are partially autonomous. Only that most of our money, we just write it to the accountant general. The accountant general will release of the state will release our funds. But the issue is this: if you do not appropriate for such type of funds, you still need to have more. You still need to have more fund to appropriate. So we not appropriate actually a fund for that sponsoring a bills for the member bill or something in that nature. That's why we are actually constrained.
So that brings us to the topical issue now, where people are calling for direct funding of state legislature like it's been done to the National Assembly. What's your view about it?
Yes, it's very good because we will be more independent, and we will have our own. We'll do all our things without even going for approval or something in their nature. Like I've told you, in our state, we have partial autonomy. In the sense that anything we are going to do, either capital project, purchase of our vehicles, everything you see, we did it ourselves. When we write to the state, to the accountant general must have a clearance from the governor. He will just release our fund, which some state assembly will just have to write a memo to the governor to approve it. Actually, we don't have that. That's why I've told you we even do an amendment of our Assembly Service Commission. So we have assemblies, we have everything on ground. Only that, and this thing is even constitutional. Fifth alteration, fifth schedule, section 121. We are supposed to be paying our money direct. That is when we constitute. There is a committee, fund management committee, which legislators, our clerk, and maybe head of account or DAF will meet with the Commissioner of Finance, Accountant General, and we'll meet maybe registrar or head of anything, or secretary of Judiciary Service Commission to meet and be sharing that thing. But you know, it's a step.
So Jigawa is partially independent, but a lot of state assemblies are complaining.
Yes, actually we are partially independent.
I remember you did your national conference of speakers.
Yes.
This issue was brought to the fore.
Yes.
What is hindering this financial autonomy in your own view and as a speaker of the state assembly?
Yes, actually in my own view, some members, even some speakers of the House Assembly, they don't want this autonomy.
Right.
And also some governors, they don't want to give it. They don't want to give it because they are thinking when they give it, maybe they cannot control, which is not, because everything is designed. This is your responsibility, this is your responsibility. And some speakers, they don't like because maybe what they have in their budget is not enough. When they were given that money, is not enough. But if they have a good relationship with their governors, they can write and get something which is even not in their budget, maybe from the state corpus or something like that. So there's a lot of things inside, but I've told you, actually, I like autonomy, and we are partially autonomous. I've told you everything. We'll just write it to Accountant General, and the Accountant General will release that money as at when due. Even our vehicle, we are the one that purchases our own vehicle, but we are the one that contracted it and we purchase it. But in other assemblies, it's state governor that will buy the vehicle for them.
So now that we're in the process of constitutional amendment, do you see light at the end of the tunnel? That is, when they finish that exercise, there will be change? Because we are talking about assembly independence and also local government autonomy. A lot of people are saying the state assembly are not even ready to accept this change.
No.
Some of them are the ones blocking.
No, it depends on some people. Like me. I don't have any problem with.
Jigawa.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. But in the total perspective, I think our chairman of the Conference of Speakers told the stance of the Conference of Speakers when we had, I think, a workshop in Abuja Continental. Most of the things, some of us are thinking that when you give autonomy, full autonomy to the local government, they are going to mismanage the funds. But to my own, like in Jigawa, actually we are giving them their money, direct. That's why when you go there, you will see many developmental projects. And something that some people don't know, when you give them their money, you have the right to go and oversight and do the check and balances to make sure that they did the right thing. If they did not do the right thing, then there's...
there were some chairmen even indicted in Jigawa, 4 to 5 of them.
Yes.
After a setting of a committee, some of them were cleared, some of them were suspended.
Yes. So this is
part of the check.
That's part of, because Section 7 gives us right that we administration and financial administration and finances of the local government lies on assembly. So we are the ones supposed to, even this is how you are going to administer the local government. This is how you are going to spend your money. So when they were given their money, the committee of local government went around and checked and make sure that with that check, I know they must do the right thing. If anybody feel that he cannot do the right thing, when the committee indicted him, he must go. He will be suspended. He may be dismissed. So, like you have said, we did that to some local government chairman. They spent money, maybe the money meant for SHAP or ecological fund. They would spend it for different, maybe for running costs or recurrent.
Let's go back to Jigawa situation again. Looking at the duration, that is almost more than a year now, there has been a cordial relationship between the executive and the legislature and the state, which the situation is not the same in some states. There are some parallel, some issue situations. What is the secret behind this harmony between the two arms of government?
Yes, the secret is actually we have a very good relationship with the executive, that is with the government. Anything that the government, and no interference in our own work. The governor is not interfering in any way in our own work. Then anything they write to us, he will allow us to do our work. Unlike other assemblies. Maybe when you were sent, there were even a state that they passed a budget in one day. So, there's interference. Interference brings all that problem. But in our own state, there's no interference. Anything he sent, he will give us our time. We'll take like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It depends on what he has sent. Then we did our own legislative work. We do the public hearing, everything. Then we send it back. So no interference, nothing. If says as another state, if you caught local government chairman, maybe they have good relationship with the governor, we caught them, we suspend them. Maybe from there, that's the start of the crisis or something like that nature. But the government did not say anything to us. We did our work and we did it with good intention to make sure that things goes well in the state.
Looking at the fact that for every organization and for every sector of government, there is need for training and developing the minds of the people in charge of that organization. What are you doing to develop your own members and also the staff of the assembly generally?
Yes, actually, we are doing that. I think from the day I take the mantle of leadership of the Jigawa State House Assembly, we went even overseas training almost 4 times. And we went local training almost 4 times. Anytime we feel like we are going for training, we write to the we have it in our budget. We write to the government, they will release the money, then we'll go for the training. Likewise, my staff, if you go and ask, they went training almost 2 to 3 times. And even now, some of them are going to, this month they are going to Lagos for a training. The procurement department and maybe the head of administration and some directors, they will go to Lagos for training. So we are giving them training. And if you want a good output, yes, you must train your members to know their work, and you must train the staff so that your work will go smoothly.
You are just coming out of one open week organized by the House of Representatives.
Yes.
And some people are of the idea that this thing should not start and end at the National Assembly. How do you foresee extending or carrying this kind of open week to state legislature?
Yeah, it's a very good idea. And I even have the intention, but my own will be different
approach.
I have the intention of doing just a legislative week. I'm not going to call it open week. The sense that I will call all former members of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, including the leadership, all former members, to rub mind, ask them where we go wrong, and then ask them for their advice, and so on and so forth. So this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. Maybe after we resume, anytime, maybe I will even invite you.
So,
yes,
so as we round up, what good news do you have to your constituents now that we are going into the second session of your term?
Well, we are assuring them that we are going to do the right thing, we do the needful, we do laws that will be of benefit to the masses of Jigawa State. And we will be telling them at every session or every quarter if possible what we are doing for them to know the work of their representative. And even have a program that every week we used to do it and tell the people of Jigawa State, this is what Jigawa State House of Assembly are doing every week in Freedom Radio. Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you.
So I've been speaking with the Speaker of Jigawa State House of Assembly, Honorable Haruna Aliyu Dangyatu. Until next program when we shall bring another guest, I'm saying bye for now.
Well, I'm sure you believe with me, it has been an eventful and impactful legislative year in Jigawa State. And it's on this note we draw the curtains on today's edition of the program from the State Assemblies. Do join us next week for another interesting package. Until then, I'm Joshua Okuchidi, saying bye for now.